through the channel. See if we've got any notifications. Okay, that's interesting. I got one thing telling me that it's not live, the other thing saying that it is live. What is it? What are you doing, YouTube? Yeah. We're still showing pending, so my apologies. Just want to double check to make sure the audio is doing fine. Hey, Isaac. Okay. So yeah, good morning, everybody. Welcome back to the live stream. Welcome back to the channel. Happy Sunday morning. Happy Saturday evening, depending where you are. Hey, Casey. Yeah. So I kind of dropped a little bit of a nugget in yesterday's video with the DJI drone. Talking about that I'll be moving soon. So I'm not ready to announce where I'm at. Hey, Vietnam Steve. Hello, my friend. Sounding sweet, good. I'm glad. There's lots of animals and critters and there's little wind chimes and stuff here. It's a beautiful place. All working. Thank you, Dave. Thank you. Picture and audio or A-OK. Makes me happy. Yeah. So, I am moving again soon. I'm not announcing where or when or anything, just to let you know that, yeah, I will be leaving Phnom Penh. I already have everything all lined up and ready to go, so it's just a matter of getting there. I went and checked yesterday on how to get my scooter, or my motorcycle, scooter, whatever you want to call it, to my destination, and painless, absolutely painless. I went to the bus company. There's a depot not too far from here. It's Wat Phnom. If you go north of Wat Phnom, there is a big cul-de-sac. And all of the bus companies seem to have congregated there. And the one company that I used when I came to Siem Reap the first time, when I came from Siem Reap to here the first time, called VET. I bought my ticket when I was in Siem Reap, and I used it to go to Sihanoukville, then to Phnom Penh up to Siem Reap. And where they dropped me off was in a little like alley kind of thing just north of Wat Phnom. And it was a decent enough place, but it was definitely older and run down. So they now have a brand new facility, all updated and new, and they're a big company here. So I went in, checked on the availability of tickets to go there. No big deal. It's like basically almost like every hour, it seems. I also checked on the motorcycle, the bike. I can drop it off like the day in advance or during that day, and it'll be there the next day. And it's like the cost is like $15 to get it shipped, which is dirt cheap for wrapping and packing and shipping it. I'm like, yeah, sure, great. So, he's so good. But yeah, that's going to be happening here. Also, I'm not going to be flying it or anything, but I have the drone with me today. Kind of thought I'd go over all the bits and pieces that I got with the kit, so it's a pretty handy little kit. So here is the drone, DJI Neo. Tiny little thing. It's like hardly weighs anything. I think it weighs 135 grams. It's super light. It is noisy though, which is no big deal. It came with this controller. Headed to Cambodia tomorrow for the first time, Isaac. Awesome, man. That is so good to know. I hope you have a great time when you're here. Where are you headed to? Are you heading to, like what part of the country are you off to? So yeah, this is the controller. Those little thumbsticks that are do. See, they got the little thumbsticks you just kind of screw in. You plug your phone here. See if I can do that real quick. Yeah. There we go. So there's the phone with you guys. And there's a USB-C cable that's inside. You just plug into the go to your phone. So there's a direct connection. So I don't quite know what the technology is that they have inside. I don't know if it's like, I don't think it's Wi-Fi. It's some kind of a wireless signal. I think it goes like a couple kilometers. Like this thing will connect. So it's pretty slick, pretty handy. It unlocks a lot of potential on the drone for sure. KC, sorry, I'm paying attention. Hey, Dad. KC, I'm keeping Siem Reap as an alternative to Hua Hin in Thailand should the visa prove problematic. Smart move, very smart move. I've heard Thailand is making inroads to make changes to the visas, but they constantly do, and I've never seen them make it easier for us. Not belittling, I'm just talking about what I've seen. But yeah, I really hope that it works out well for you and that you're able to settle in Hua Hin. And it's a beautiful location. I've had friends that have gone there. It's absolutely beautiful. So, but Siem Reap's not a bad place if you get stuck, you know. And so this is the other bit, is you get a charging case. It comes with 3 batteries. So one's already in the drone. And you know, each one of these is rated, they say, for 18 minutes, but I know all too well that it's not. Charge, activate the battery before using for the first time. I think this is the battery that came with the drone. I'll take that off. I'm like, why is there a yellow sticker on this? But yeah, love the drone. Love the drone. I haven't had a whole lot of opportunity to fly it here yet. I want to have a large open space. This is a big city, you know. This is a very big city. So there is not tons of space for me to fly this as of yet. So I'm just going to kind of wait until I get moved and settled into my new location before I really dive into the depths of the drone. The simple stuff like me holding it in my hand and doing little quick shots and stuff, that no big deal. That's all AI and it works great and does its stuff. So I'm not too not fretting it. So yeah, this morning I was going to go back to Phnom, and when I got up, it was overcast, threatening rain. I'm like, I don't want to do that again. I get out here and the skies clear up and it's a hot day. So can't understand things. Casey, I am leaving the US on November 5th. A bit of trepidation, to be honest. Casey, I get that. When I left November 30th of last year, so I get it. All I can say is just plan to have everything change. Leave your preconceived notions about life and how things are in the West. Throw that out the window. Basically, all the things that annoyed the hell out of me back home don't exist here. It's a simpler, quieter way of life. You have access to most everything. Okay, so can we try this again? I think I'm losing it again. At this stage, if I've got video, but I don't have this connectivity, I have to wonder, is it my camera or is it YouTube? So, I don't know at this stage. We'll try it. I've streamed for 2 hours at a time before. I never had a problem, so. But also, when this first hiccuped, I lost data connection, so. But it's also, I lose connection to YouTube. which is the weird part for me, which is frustrating. So again, my absolute apologies to everybody for this. It sucks. So, Vietnam Steve, you had asked about, do I need a DJI mic, and does it pair to your mic? Or how does it pair? So, the drone itself has a microphone built into it. You can turn that on, and I recommend doing that when you record your videos. Now you can have your microphone, I have the DJI microphone here connected to me. Now you can connect this via Bluetooth to your phone. So you can use and pair any Bluetooth microphone to your phone, and then when you choose to record, what it's going to do is it's going to record your audio from this on your phone, and then what you do is you'll have two files. So you download the video file from the drone to your phone. It will pair up the audio file that you've saved on your phone to the video, and then you can transfer that from your phone to your computer or however you're doing it. But that is the simplest and easiest way. Now for me, because I have the DJI microphone too, this has a built-in recorder to it. So what I can do is I can record the audio on my mic, and then I can also record the audio separately on the drone, and then just sync the two audios. And the reason I would do that with this microphone is the Bluetooth audio quality from the microphone to the phone is not the best. So that's just my own personal thing of how I've seen it. Okay, and I'm listening, and it seems like it's working. So, but yeah, it's not bad. Like when I did my first test, that was really weird because the drone does not record audio by default. You have to enable it, and I of course didn't know that. I'm just thinking camera, boop, record, you're going to get audio. So I had no audio in any of those files. So luckily for me, I could see when the drone went off, and I could see the spike on the audio from the Pixel 3. So I just kind of synced up. I was like looking, my mouth moved, and then I was kind of syncing that up, and I was able to get it, not perfect, but it was close. But yeah, I thought it was kind of funny. So yeah, I mean, for vlogging, I'll see. There is the follow me mode, which it will follow behind you. There's also I can't remember what it's called, directional, I think it is. And the drone will fly in front of you. You can either do it near, far, or medium. And I've got it set to medium. And I would say it's about 10 feet away. And it follows you from up front. So it doesn't have any rear cameras or anything. So you have to kind of keep your eyes on where you're walking. Make sure there's no trees, there's no cars or anything coming. So again, it's not a problematic thing. It works great. But again, I'm in a city, so there's cars everywhere. A lot of the things that I would want to do with it, I can't. Just for simple fact of logistics. It's just not feasible for me to do it. But once I get more out in the country and stuff, which is, again, the intention for this was for my little road trips where I want to go to places and do things, and that's going to happen. So after the move, there'll be a lot more of that stuff. I'm excited. Let's see what I got here for questions. Let me see if I have to. Okay. Thank you. Okay. Casey, I traveled in both Thailand and Cambodia a year before last. What makes this different and scary is that I'm moving over there for a long-term stay, possibly forever. I get that. nervous myself, you know, because I was giving up on everything back home, right? So I've got, you know, friends and family and all that kind of stuff, and I had all my things. But once I got into this lifestyle, doing the YouTube stuff, and you know, being kind of nomadic and becoming more minimal, for me it was just became a lot easier just to let go of everything. And plus, at a certain point, like it had been 6 or 8 months that I'd been gone, so all these things that I thought that I needed, that I was keeping back home, I realized I haven't seen this stuff in ages. I didn't need it. Even here, there are some things that I still have packed in my bag whenever I move. You know, I've got pants and things that I need just for emergencies or anything like that. But, you know, I have a bag of cables and things that I hardly ever go into. And so it's like there is that whole side of I'm still not minimal enough for my needs here, but it's enough. I have a plan coming up. So my next move, I'm planning on settling down there for a while. What I'm going to do is do little local Cambodia trips, like little things, and then every 2 months I'm going to take 2 weeks and travel. You know, go and hit another country, you know, either fly or take bus or train, whatever it's going to be, and take a 2-week trip and just go and enjoy. And then when I come back, I will have videos that I can edit and upload and, you know, add to a schedule, and then just kind of rinse and repeat that. Because I'm just looking at what the money I'm going to be saving there, and it's just like, you know, money that I was spending on living expenses everywhere else that I've been. You know, hopefully that the new location suits my needs and everything. It looks like it's going to. So, but yeah, my plan is to travel around Cambodia a bit more to create the content, and then once the blue moon, take a trip and add that to my list. And I'm excited to do so. To be honest, I'm very excited to do so. M&M plane spotting. Good morning. Good morning to you. Casey, my marriage of nearly 40 years came to an end a month ago. I walked away and gave her everything. That kind of ending I get. I did much the same about 18, 19 years ago now, my ex-wife. So, you know, just kind of walked away from everything. And that was fine. You know, and if you're able to do that, then moving over here should be painless. Like the only thing I have to say is like, even like my father is constantly curious about, you know, what I'm doing with my adventures. So I will get bombarded with a series of questions about like my move and my plans, and it's like that stuff I can't plan. Like there are things that in the West you just kind of go, okay, I need to do, you know, line everything up. You have to line everything up, or else it's going to fail. And then in Cambodia, you just got to say it's not going to fail. It's going to succeed. Just put your faith in the fact that things work differently here, and just move on. You know, the control we think we have over things, just throw that out the window. Like it just doesn't exist here. It's a much different way of life, and one that I prefer, to be 100% frank and honest. Like I adore it. M&M plane spotting. Hello, Casey. I just moved to Phnom Penh a couple of months ago. Best thing I ever did. Good luck. Yeah, I'm 100% in agreement, M&M. Coming to Cambodia is the best thing I've ever done for myself. Like, without a question. All of the personal growth and stuff that I've done for myself has been, you know, they're moving all of the plants. They're getting new plants and constant change. Did I mention that you just kind of accept things happen in Cambodia when they happen? So, did all kinds of little pots and planters. Beautiful spot here. they do green really nicely at this spot. So we will see. I had a really good day yesterday. I ended up getting an email from a subscriber. We will call him Soup. Said wanted to know if I wanted to meet up for like an early lunch yesterday at a spot in the city. So sent me directions, the location where it was, and I looked it up, and I'm like, oh yeah, we met at 10 a.m. and in typical Sean fashion, I got there early.
You live video?
Huh?
You live video?
I'm live video, yeah.
Okay.
Changing everything I see. Yeah, it's beautiful. So yeah, I left early. I grabbed a tuk-tuk to get down there, grab. Because again, the downtown area is just full of construction and full of chaos. So I just didn't feel like it. And plus, parking any of those places to me is just like, no thanks. So it wasn't expensive. I think it was like $1.50 or something like that. And around, it's not an expensive thing to get there. So I got there like 15 minutes early. I got to the restaurant, sat down. Beautiful area. I really enjoyed the location, and I ended up getting like a big table in the corner because it was like a corner spot. So I figured, easy enough place to be spotted. Responded to the email. They said that he was on his way. I said that I was there, and then I sat, and then before I knew it, I had like a whole bunch of people sitting with me. Steve, I would send it to the cafe, see how long the queue is before. I get what you're saying with the drone. You send the drone down and then check your queue and then come back. I hear you. Casey, dude, I am 100% with you on that. Feeling like thinking yourself a strong, confident, and then feeling lost, very alone. And depression is an MFer. Get you, man. Absolutely in that same boat when I got here. Depressed, miserable, unhappy, lost. Fortunately for me, I found happiness in a happy place in Siem Reap, and there is an energy and a positive side to the energy that exists in Cambodia in general. But Siem Reap, it was really more pronounced for me. As a Canadian, it kind of resonated with me a little bit more than other locations I'd been. So, and I hope you were able to find that. Like there's, once you're here and once you just accept the fact that, things run differently, and you just kind of go with the flow and you're like, oh, okay. I've said it 100 times. It's like, I will go and do a thing and think that, I follow this is how we do it in the West, we should do it the same. And then I get here and it's not the same. And I'm like, well, why don't they do it this way? And then when you realize that, why they do it the way that they do, and you're like, oh, okay, that makes more sense. So it takes a minute, but you get there. So anyway, going back to yesterday. So I'm sitting at this table, and I think a big table, it can sit like 6 people or something. I was like, it was available. And I told the people like I was waiting for friends to show up. And then before I knew it, all these people sat down with me. I was just like, okay, this is different. Another change, another thing in Cambodia. You just kind of sit wherever you can. And they were lovely, chatty. And then like within seconds, like I understood why they moved, because the skies opened. Like it was just like, woof. And they were just sitting there to get out of the rain. And they just like, I guess after you've been here for a while, you get like a sixth sense, and they knew it and they saw it, and they hopped in. And I ordered myself like a little cup of coffee. Closest I'd had to a Cafe Den from Vietnam was there, and it was really good. And then Soup showed up, and him and his family had a table inside, so I moved in. Take care, Maven. Yeah, so went and sat down, him and his family. He's been here for years. Also Canadian, also, similar vibe and story, and we just sat and chatted. It was a couple hours, and it was delightful. It was great to hear like the little Canadian nuances. He's from, a similar area as me, so I kind of have a bit of more of a neutral Canadian accent. It's not super like rural Canadian, which can be annoying. But just like I heard the A little bit because it's something I even hear in myself when I do videos, and I'm like, hey, I recognize that. So it's like that little touch of Canadian that I heard. It was just like, oh, it was great. I had a lovely time. We sat for hours, and I had a beautiful bowl of pork organ soup with noodles, and it was so good. Co-time, love the words of wisdom video, Steve. Don't sweat the small stuff. Ain't that the truth? True. Vietnam Steve does good content, so if you guys haven't checked him out, he lives over in Vietnam, obviously, named Vietnam Steve. He's always got a good story for you today, so that's kind of his opening catchphrase, and it's cute. And yeah, so yesterday was great because I got to, that was the first meeting I've had with anybody in Phnom Penh. It was nice. It was nice to meet him and the family, and hearing his story, his teaching and the work that he does here. Stuff that I'm considering doing next year, because I can only live off of my savings and YouTube for so long before I have to say, well, I gotta buckle down and get a job. So, Casey, I have no problems accepting Khmer or Thai ways of doing things. Being retired with this smidge of means affords me the time to practice patience. Casey, then you're set. You already have the right mindset. You're gonna enjoy the hell out of it. Eminem Plane Spotting. Casey, just relax and go with the flow. It's very different. So leave the rush attitude at the airport. Eminem, that's exactly it. Yeah. Yeah. I've always thought, like, when I got to Thailand, everyone was saying about, all my friends that have been to Thailand, it's like, there's your time, then there's Thai time. And I'm like, what's Thai time? Like, you'll get it when you get there. And it's like things just kind of happen. Like you meet somebody, you're supposed to meet there at 1:30, 2 o'clock, maybe. They're on their way. They'll let you know that they're coming. But it never happens, that whole thing that we have. I personally like to show up early. Are we good? Are we good? We lost people again. We lost people again. I think this is just going to happen. I think this is just going to happen. Eminem Plane. I think we're good. I'm trying to get past an ad. Get back into my channel. Oh God. Just not happening. Yeah, don't know. Are we good? Oh my, I think I got it. Okay. I think we got connection again. It's definitely an issue with my internet, because I just found same issue. Annoying as hell. So my apologies again. So as I was saying, okay, May. So the rest of this year, I kind of got sorted out. Oh, proper waving to the driver behind me. I spotted them just as they went past. Oblivious. When I'm trying to do tech and when I'm trying to solve things, my brain shuts down. So all of the other stuff, like, watching around. This is why it's dangerous for me to walk and vlog at the same time some days. But, yeah. Anyway, what I'm planning on doing is in hot season this year, March and April, I'm going to pop back over to Vietnam for the 2 months and kind of wander around. I know I want to hit Dalat again for a little while, and then I want to go up to Hanoi. I think what I'll be doing is flying into Hanoi, visiting that area for a month, then popping down to Dalat, spending a secondary month there, and then from there take the bus back across and hit Saigon for a day or two, and then come back into Cambodia, and then spend time renewing my visa. And then in May, when I have to get my visa renewed, is I will get the working visa, the working permit next time. And it's again, I have to depend it on, if I'm making enough off of YouTube to warrant not to do that, I will. But I'm leaning towards the fact that I'm going to have to get a job. I'm going to have to work and settle down because I've accepted that. I kind of gave myself the year off when I got the visa here and I got the retirement visa. I was just like, just take the time. So I will get the proper one for myself to work and then start teaching. I have my TOEFL, I have my TESOL, I've got everything I need to do what I need to do. Just got to go do it. I should have gotten if I was smart, I would have done a 6-month visa for retirement and then gotten another 6 months one afterwards and got the work one, but I did a year. Really no regrets for it either way. It's no big deal. I'm fine either way. But yeah, I'm excited to get the new chapter going, new move, and it's all organized, and nice to know that I can get my bike there without any real problems. Good luck with the job. I'm in the same boat. Yeah, I'm not terribly worried about it. The general rule of thumb that I've heard here is that if you are a native speaker from North America, so if you have like a Canadian or an American accent, those are the ones that are more highly regarded here. So if you have that for you, then chances are highly likely of you landing a gig. But yeah, I was when I was talking with Soup yesterday, he was telling me about when he was looking at work, and one of the places that he landed when he first got here, he found out that the teachers hadn't been paid in a few months, and so he was kind of giving a warning, and so he just kind of finished off that week going, okay, I'm writing that off. And then ever since, he's found a gig that's been solid, and he's been there for years now. So the other part that I thought was fun is, like, again, he's worked a lot in similar industries as me. And so I asked him, like, how is teaching here? And he was like, it was like the easiest job he's had. And obviously it was exceptionally rewarding for him. Like, you just get a sense of how much he's enjoying it. But yeah, he says he got a couple classes in the morning, has like a 2.5-hour lunch break, and then a couple of classes in the afternoon. And then, I think he said it's like 8 to 4:30 or something like that. And it's just like, and he's had like the same kids. Like, started off at one class and then he's been following them along, and I thought that was really cool. Propaganda. North American teachers seem kind of rare at my school, telling me and one other American. Yeah, because I think a lot of times over here you will get Europeans a lot, or I think the other one I heard was South African. So I'm excited to dip my toes into it. I enjoy teaching. I was a corporate trainer. I've trained adults for years. I enjoy kids, so I don't have any issues. I don't find kids annoying. I find that their energy is amazing. So if their energy can maintain me for another couple of decades, I'm all for it. Mostly South African at your school. Yeah, that's exactly what I've heard. Propaganda. South African, it seems to be a lot here. So that when you have an American or a North American wander in to apply and they hear your accent, they kind of get excited. So, yeah. And I'm, like I said, May is, not that far away. So, and that's the other thing too is like I'm looking at how much you'd earn. If you're looking at it like from an American standpoint of earning like between $1,000 and $1,500 a month, U.S. You're like that's impossible. And then you think of your cost of living here, and you're like, oh yeah, that's a lot. That'll see the controller and they'd want to grab at it. And the kids are just like fascinated looking at themselves and the image on the phone. But it's like, I'll go out for a walk and kids will come up and want to give you high fives or fist bumps all the time. But they always want to say hello. Doesn't matter. And it's funny, you'll see the parents are like kind of shy and taken back from it. Kids don't have any of that. They're like, hello. Eminem, my apologies. So I will see all of a sudden that there's no comments, then all of a sudden a bunch of them pop through. Lover of Song, hello, I did some research on Google and was trying to find out if organic produce was available in the lot. Much information popped up, many people getting cancer there from really dangerous and harmful pesticide use. Please take care and eat clean. Well, good to know, but to be honest, I think that the amount of chemicals we use in our food back in the West supersedes any of the chemicals that were used in the lot. So, but I know here in Cambodia that they're renowned for being organic because they don't use pesticides. So I'm like, Eminem says, I already have my TEFL and just finished a student teaching program. After completion, they shoot out your CV to multiple schools. I have 3 interviews waiting on the contract and on contract from one. Yeah, teaching demo tomorrow morning. Awesome. I have faith that you will land something and be exceptionally happy, especially here in Phnom Penh. I've heard the good things about the schools here. So. Yeah, I got my my TOEFL and TESOL years ago. So I have to contact the company about getting a copy of my certificate emailed to me. I think I have it in one of my emails, but I don't know if I'll have to dig around for it. I know I got an email from them recently about doing an update or an upgrade to it. Let's go back and look at that. My teacher for that TOEFL is still a friend of mine on Facebook. I could probably poke him, see if he's still with them. I think it was called Global TESOL in Canada. I think they were called Global. They were good. I think I paid $1,000 Canadian for it, and it was like a week-long, very in-depth training course, and it was great. I enjoyed the hell out of it. Yeah. Part of me wishes that that was like the first start of me wanting to come overseas and get away from things, and I just wish I'd followed through with that. Unfortunately, got involved with a girlfriend instead, and that was not a good idea. That was a bad one. So, and again, love our song. I do appreciate that feedback about organic produce and stuff. I don't want to think I was dismissive. So, yeah, trying to think. I didn't get out into the country in Dalat to see what they. I know they grow a lot of berries and that kind of stuff there. So, but yeah, I'm surprised that I've been able to hang out as long as I have today with this. Like, we're almost coming up to an hour with all the hiccups and parts of dated. I've noticed in Phnom Penh, because I have my phone plan is with Cell Card, and there are sections downtown that I get zero service at all. But I have noticed that if it's busy at all, the signal kind of fades away to nothing, which is a bit of an annoyance. But I think I've yacked enough. I hope you guys are okay if I call my stream here. I'm assuming it's going to fail again, because usually every 17 or 18 minutes, and I'm at 15, so I think I'll say my goodbyes now. I have to go out and film video for tomorrow. Got that planned. Hopefully, if it all works out the way that I'm. Casey, are you leaving Cambodia? No, I'm staying in Cambodia. I'm here for. This is going to be my my base. I will live in Cambodia and travel to other countries for doing YouTube. But yeah, Cambodia's my home, and I don't have any qualms with that. It suits my way of life very, very well. So. I read that Dalat has organic produce. I think they have a farmer's market. They had, my understanding, there was a farmer's market. I didn't get to it. They had the night market, but that was all just street food and clothing and stuff. But there was a lot of like produce there. So I found like a lot of strawberries and that kind of stuff was in the night market. But trying to think, yeah, there was avocados were everywhere. So there was some fruit and stuff, but I don't remember seeing the same quantity of. I didn't find a market like a market like we have here in Cambodia. I did not see that in Dalat. But again, I wasn't really looking for it because I wasn't cooking there, so it was not in my wheelhouse. But Dalat was delightful. Like I loved every moment that I was there. So I didn't get sick from any of the foods I ate there. I was healthy the whole time, so I don't have a bad thing to say about Vietnam at all. I'm trying to think, did I? No, I haven't. I think back, it's like I've had 2 instances since I've arrived here last year where I was sick. One was from a can of orange Fanta. I see you back there. Yeah, so I had a can of Fanta that didn't sit well with me, and then the other time I had a papaya salad in Thailand, and it just hit me wrong. And I don't think that it was the fact that it was off or bad or anything, but they use a fermented crab, and I'd only been in Thailand for a few weeks at that point, so my system wasn't quite ready for that kind of funk, and so it was like, whew. Vietnam, Steve, how many gigabytes on that phone plan? This phone plan I have currently, Steve, is 60 gigabytes, and I pay $6 for it. So, like I said, local kids. There's Lover of Song. It looked like you'd love to visit a lot. It's absolutely worth a visit for sure, 100%. Yeah, so Vietnam Sea, I pay $6 a month for my phone plan here, and it's $6 for 60 gigs. And then I use ABA to pay it every month, and it's great. I like how they do it. So you just kind of send the money to your phone number, then it applies to your account, and then it just kind of grabs it when it goes to renew. Because it's not like it'll tell you on it's a cell card app. It says at 8:53 a.m. it's going to renew. Yeah, Vietnam Steve. You know what though? It is very frugal, but to try my which was it mobile phone in Vietnam? I used one of the cell phone carriers there that was not the one that starts with Mobi, I think it was, or mobile phone. And I paid $7 and change-ish US, and that gave me 6 gigabytes a day. So every single day I had 6 gigabytes. You're having fun, aren't you? Yeah, so that was a treat, because that allowed me to do, all the streaming and stuff I wanted to, and all of the the local kids here, because I come and sit here all the time, and so she's always coming up and giving me a fist bump and always saying hello, and she'll be riding her bike around, she'll come over to give me a fist bump, and when she saw the drone, she was like dancing and playing. I see you back there. Again, that's, like I mentioned, the kids here, that's how they are. Like, she's just having fun, No malicious, just laughing. Like, she's giggling back there endlessly. The kids are adorable here. I use mobile phone, 6 gigabytes a day, never run out. That's, Steve, we have the exact same plan. I still have my mobile phone SIM card in this. Having dual SIMs in your phone is great. I'm assuming I'll have to get a new SIM when I go back, but it's nice to know that I can have, an extra SIM card in here for emergencies. I actually was even considering, like if I was staying in Phnom Penh, of getting another SIM card from one of the other carriers here and having it run in background too. Ooh, can I see the flower? Beautiful. That's just off the new trees, huh? That's pretty. Very nice. Let's just pick that off of the tree behind me. I don't know if it's gonna... There we go. Isn't that beautiful? I love it. But yeah, I was thinking of getting another SIM card here because of my signal loss all the time, but I was just like, Take care, Eminem. Yeah, I'm going to be going here soon myself anyway. I'm rambling and dealing with her. I finished my coffee. Oh, almost finished my coffee. Americano, hot, no sugar. Yeah, kids just don't have any fear. I love it. I'm gonna go grab some breakfast and head back home, and then get ready to go film this afternoon, and then yeah, get everything organized, because before long the move will be happening. So Lover of Song, very drawn to Siem Reap too. I'm a bit nervous about the extreme heat and humidity. I get it. I'm Canadian, so 30 degrees centigrade, or I should say 27 degrees centigrade back home is super hot. And I adapted to it quickly here. So when we got into the mid 40s, it was hot. I could feel that it was really hot. But you just kind of, you just take care. You just keep a lot of water with you. Go out in the mornings, go out in the evenings. During the afternoons, just don't go anywhere near outside. But here's the thing, cost of travel here is not expensive. So even if you have an apartment that you're living in Siem Reap, let's say, okay, you're paying whatever you're paying for your rent. Even a couple $100, $200 or $300, let's say. You can still pay your rent and get everything going there. You can head off to Dalat. You can rent a room in Dalat for, I've been looking, I'm in a Facebook group of it, between 3 and 4 million dong, which is around 100 and 150 bucks US. And you can get a room in Dalat for the month. Cool temperatures, and you don't have to worry about it. So there's 2 months a year that is very hot over here, March and April. Cools off, it starts to cool off in May, but you could easily travel around and hit other places. Everywhere in lowlands, South Asia is hot. Yeah. I mean, when I was over in Vietnam, Saigon was hot, same as temperatures here or in Siem Reap. And then I got to Dalat, and it was just like I walked into an air conditioning unit. If you're currently in LA, you guys have been dealing with that extreme temperatures too, and it's been over 100 degrees there. Like, I know you guys have had some interesting heat waves, and you deal with humidity and the dry heat too. So, yeah. Casey, you're right. In the heat of the afternoon, you take a nap. Yeah. You're on this side now, huh? What I found that I was doing is I would just lay down, turn on my fan, lay down the fan on me, and that usually was enough to keep me cool. If I found that it was oppressively warm and that I was uncomfortable, I just turn on the AC for a little while. But just doing that for a couple hours in the middle of the afternoon, as long as you don't have a west-facing apartment, because that was the problem, because as soon as the sun comes across and you get the heat of the midday, and it takes a while to warm up in the morning, but then once it's warm, and then it doesn't cool down quickly. So if you have a west-facing apartment where you're facing that sun, that radiant heat, you feel it. And so get an apartment that doesn't have west-facing, get a place that has lots of tree coverage. There's a lot of them all over the place. Like in Siem Reap, I found tons and tons and tons of them. But, the only thing you're going to do, and the only reason I'm mentioning any of this is you have to pay for your electricity here. Electricity in Cambodia is 25 cents per kilowatt hour. So your average cost for basic day-to-day living without much of AC is looking at around $25 to $30 a month for electric. The moment you turn your AC, it's double and triple. So, yeah, Casey, if you don't worry about the AC bill, and a lot of people don't, again, I'm frugal. That's me. I will be a little bit uncomfortable on purpose just to save a buck. I look at it, it's like, Do I turn on the AC for a couple of hours, or do I go out and have a nice meal? Food usually wins, so. Yeah, around November to February, the weather here is pretty cool and breezy, my favorite time of year. It is. I was in Thailand, in Bangkok, from December last year to February, and it was really nice there. But, you know, I moved to Siem Reap, and it was starting to get warm, and before I knew it, it was like in the mid-40s. So, but yeah, it's no big deal. Yeah, if you're not worried about the cost of air conditioning, and they use inverters here too, which are more cost effective than the AC units that we have back home. So I find that there's talking with Jeremy from For Real, and one of the things that him and Claire have done is, instead of just turning the AC on to do like the cold air, is that they're turning the fan on, but like dehumidifying the air. It's like they're taking the moisture out, and they found that that's cooling them down and saving them money. So that was another option that I'm going to be trying soon. But yeah, if you don't have any fears or worries about the cost of living and stuff, and you're just coming over to, I want AC on, I want to be comfortable, you can do that here easily, and just go out during the daytime. Grab a tuk-tuk as soon as you're outside in the air and it's moving across you. It feels good. Even on my motorcycle, it could be 35 degrees out and I get a little breeze once I'm driving. It's amazing. Yeah, Casey, I won't be excessively cold in my apartment. I'll set it to 28. Yeah, I set mine to 27. So 27, 28 is fine. And that's the other thing too, is like anything below 30 you find comfortable. Like I go to see a movie. What you got there? I'm okay. That's pasta. Is it good? Yum yum? Yeah. Yeah, like that's the other thing too, is during that heat wave, I was finding that I was just going to like hitting restaurants in the middle of the afternoon that have AC, or cafes, or going to the movies. Like I'd go to movies twice a week. No big deal. It's like $2 and go see a movie. I loved it. Your social security will cover it. Yes, comfort is important. Lover of song, if you've got that and you've got the extra income to cover those costs. Just like the cost of living here for everything else is so much lower. So even if you factor in the cost of electricity being a little bit higher, I know a lot of people talk, oh, you have to have XYZ amount of money to live here. I live on between $500 and $600 a month here, and that's including travel, all the things that I do for myself, and that's rent and everything. So you can live frugally and easily here. I can hear you crunching. Crunch, crunch, crunch. It's a good sound. You like it? Yeah. She's so cute. But yeah, I mean, like $1,000 to $1,200 here, you can live very, very, very well. Anyway, this is the longest that I've been able to maintain my connection here. Casey, I need to find an expat sugar mama. Yeah, that's the other thing too, is like I keep hearing it's like, oh, I have to get a girlfriend, have to do this, have to do that. It's like, okay, there are plenty of opportunities for dating when you're here. So. I just haven't. So Lover of Song, like I mentioned, is like Cambodia in general. Everything here, like if you're buying any produce and stuff. Hello. All the produce here is organic because it's all locally grown, locally sourced. They don't, they're not using pesticides, so they don't label things the same way here. So you're not going to see the label of like organic, like you do back in the US or in Canada. But you're going to find the outdoor markets. There's a ton of them in Siem Reap, Everything is grown fresh and local. If you're going to be cooking for yourself, I will give you a quick breakdown. Because everything here is very, like, it's locally sourced and organic, so you're not going to find that the shelf life on things like produce is lower and meats. So I find that I'm out shopping a couple times a week when I'm cooking at home a lot. So I'll go, I'll go out on a Monday, I'll do it again on Wednesday, maybe on Friday, and just get food for a couple of days. She's trying to sound like she's talking like me. I get that, mimicry. But yeah, you can still get Western foods. You can still buy that kind of stuff if you are inclined to. The minute you do, a lot of it's from Australia. I don't see a lot of American stuff here. There's some, but it's not food that I'm really looking for. Every now and again you get a craving for something, but you can, if you eat and live out of the local markets, it's cheap, the food is great, the selection is very broad. It's also seasonal too, so you'll find some things are all year round, some things aren't. But when you're shopping, you will find that you'll have your person that you get your meats from. Like, you bought something there and it was good, the price was right, and once you get that one person, you go back. You never vary, unless they don't carry, they don't do chicken, so you have to get your chicken person. So, so you have that. Yeah, Lover of Song, I haven't read that all produce, or Google it. Why? That's the thing. People don't, the way of life that we have in the West doesn't exist here. So, promoting things as organic, it's not an important thing here. I've heard time and time again that a lot of the countries want produce from Cambodia because there's no pesticides. So I don't have to look it up. I just talk to locals, and that's what I'm being told. So I don't trust Google for all my information. So yeah, again, I'm not being critical. I'm just stating it's like things here are so much different. So when you're researching, all these facts, it doesn't matter here, because what's written online isn't always necessarily what's factual when you're here. Yeah. Propaganda, usually in cities, just walk in a direction for 10 to 15 minutes and you'll come across the market. Absolutely. Casey, not to be a killjoy, pesticides are heavily used all over Southeast Asia, including Cambodia. See, that's what I've been not hearing, because I was in Puak, and it's the cost of the pesticides, because a lot of the pesticides are not locally sourced. They have to be imported, and so the cost of that is prohibitive for a lot of folks. So a lot of the farmers in the more rural local areas are not using that. Now, I have no idea if that's everywhere, or I may be being fed a line, which is fine. All I know is I have I've lost a lot of weight since I got over here. I'm eating healthier. I'm happier. So again, I'm not trying to yuck people's yums, or as they say. And if you need to get organic stuff, again, I don't see that in markets. I think some of the grocery stores may, but it's not stuff I'm looking for. So Propaganda, my girlfriend's family has a big farm and don't use pesticides. Thank you, Propaganda. Lover of Song, I believe I was reading about governmental law. Yeah, Michael Cooley, using a cute kid to boost views, just kidding. She's adorable, but I didn't ask her to do this. No, I'm okay. Thank you, though. High five? Boop. There we go. But yeah. Lover Song, you mean, by all means, research and do all the stuff that you need to make yourself comfortable for when you get here. But are you mimicking me, right? Everything I do, you want to do the same? Again, this is the way I'm going to have fun. But yeah, I mean, do whatever you need to do in order to ease your concerns. You know, but if you're coming over here, talk to locals. The locals are a wealth of information when it comes to stuff. And my eyes have been opened more often than not about some of the things. Because again, I didn't come here expecting to find out about the pesticide use. For me, the part that was more important was the fact that the produce is locally grown and sourced. So for me, the big kicker was not the fact that if it was organic, but that it was local. And a local product would be would have much less handling. It would be picked when it's closer to freshness and ripeness, and that way it's like some of the things that we do in the West to ripen our foods doesn't happen here. So I'd be less I would less have to worry about the nutritional value of my food being lessened because of the fact that it is super processed in those ways. Love her song. She is absolutely adorable, and she knows it. She knows she's funny, and you know, as we say, you know, precocious. She's just constantly, and it doesn't have to be the camera on. She comes over and bothers me all the time. Yep, all the time. But this is the thing, like they see themselves in the images and it just makes them laugh. And or she just looks at me doing this and she thinks yeah. But yeah, so for me, like I said, the important aspect was the fact that the food here is locally grown, and it's not a lot of like the produce and stuff that I'm getting comes from farms within a few miles of where I'm at, including the meats. Like there's a lot of times you'll buy your meat and it was slaughtered that day or the day before. So you can't get fresher than that. So for me, that was the more important aspect of things. And so for me, like I said, that was my important aspect. I found out about the no use of pesticides after the fact when I got here. But again, I may not be 100% right. I just go off the information I'm told and just whatever is most important to me at the time. I don't ever claim to be an expert on anything here. So you know that you're on here, right? Yeah, I'll show you. Ding, there you are. You're right here, and this is live. We're on the internet. Making faces. Anyway, I think I called this 20 some odd minutes ago that I was going to call it. Yeah, I'm going to call the stream here. You know, if you guys could do me a solid and hit the thumbs up on the way out, it's greatly appreciated. I do make these videos live after the fact, and as you can tell, I have a lot of fun with this stuff. Anyway, thank you everybody for keeping me engaged in all the questions, comments. It's a lot of fun. I never know what's going to happen during any of these live streams. You guys always ask me questions that I'm never prepared for. So I love it. Anyway, I'll see you guys soon in our next one. The schedule's going to be maintained for the next couple of weeks. So Friday. Love her song. Thank you so much. Lovely talking to you too. Friday, Saturday, Sunday if you're in the West, or Saturday, Sunday, Monday if you're here in Cambodia or in Southeast Asia. Anyway, I'll see you guys. Yeah, see, did you hear that? She's making fun of my accents. I'll see you guys soon, and you guys take care. Bye, everybody.